Hello, creative friends, and welcome to the Stampin' Squad. If you're new here, the Stampin' Squad is a community of friends, and we are helping each other learn to value and appreciate ourselves, others, and the creative spirit that lives in all of us. So welcome to the video today. Today's project doesn't require very much. And it's easily changeable to whatever products you have. So I am excited to show you how to make this little gift bag. So first we're going to need to score some lines on this piece of designer series paper. This is a 12 excuse me, this is a 12 by 12 sheet of designer series paper, and it is from the package called Unbounded Beauty. It is in the new annual catalog, and it features some of the new in colors that were just introduced last month. So I love this. Beautiful colors for spring and summer. So let's score first. I do have a little sticky note here if you'd like to take a screenshot. Otherwise, there'll be a link in the description below where you can go and get all the measurements. All right. So first, we're going to score at 2 7/8, 5 3/4, 8 5/8, and 11 1/2. Okay, now we are going to do a quarter turn and score at 2 1/2 and 10. All right, so this larger section is going to be the bottom of our bag, and this top section, this section right here, will be the top part of our bag. All right, so just so I don't get confused, I'm going to take this and fold it back right now, because the top of my bag reveals the back side of the paper. All right, so that way I know where I'm headed. Now let's move this out of the way, and I'm going to fold and burnish the other score lines. So grab my bone folder here. So remember, this is going to be the bottom, and we need to do all the ones going this direction. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. So when I'm doing 3D projects, I do like to just make sure that my edges are lining up as I go, so I don't end up with something that's really wonky at the end. That one. 2 more going this direction. We've got this one. And one more. Let's move this over this way. There we are. Okay. So again, this is the bottom. I'm going to take some scissors, and I'm going to cut out this rectangle. There's a little bitty rectangle right here on the end. So I'll do that, and then instead of just cutting on the score line, I'm going to notch it just a little bit. Notching helps things fold together a little easier, so there's not quite so much paper that's having to fit together. Now we just need to cut 3 more times. I'm cutting on the score line up to that horizontal score line. There we go. And one more. There we are. Okay. Now, let me fold this back again. That's the top. I'm going to burnish it again, because this is how it's going to end up. So I want to train it. I want to train it to lay down right there. Now, I am going to notch this piece right here. Again, just so everything folds together nicely. Okay, So I want this to stay down. So I am going to put some glue here. Here we go. All right. And I'll use my bone folder again just to press that down. Okay. Now I'm going to let that dry for just a moment. Now you can use tear and tape, and I am going to use some tear and tape in a minute. Oops, got a little bit of glue there for the edge of my box, but I'm going to set that to the side for a moment, and let's do a little sentiment. Let's do a sentiment. So I've got a scrap piece of white, basic white here, and I'm going to use Berry Burst ink, and I'm using a sentiment from the Attention Shopper stamp set. This is a new stamp set in the new, excuse me, in the new annual catalog, and we're going to use the Just For You. All right, so if you didn't know, this month, and this is June of 2024, this month there's a sale on bundles of stamp sets and dies. Those are usually 10% off. This month they're an additional 10% off. So I'm just going to show you the dies that go with this stamp set. They're the coordinating dies. So this bundle is an additional 10% off this month. And the next project I do is going to use this entire bundle. So watch for the next video that I publish. But today we're just going to use that piece. So I already have my stamp mounted here. Okay, so I had to stop and start the video there because the dogs started barking. Okay, so we are going to stamp on this piece of scrap. Here we are. And now I am going to use a die. Let me show you this one here. I'm going to use this die, and it is from the Spotlight on Nature dies. And let me show you. This is the one that I'm using today, the one that's missing there. But look at all these circles. Can you see? All these beautiful circles. So this is a great die set. It does coordinate with a stamp set. They bundle it with the Spotlight on Nature stamps. So again, on sale this month, you can get an additional 10% off of that bundle. All right, now let me grab my cut and emboss machine. And grab that die and my plates. Okay. So I'm just going to put this, center that right in there. Put my die, put my plate, top plate on there. Oops, let's straighten it up. There we go. Okay. All right. There it is. And I wanted to put some embellishments on here. I'm going to do that before I attach it to my bag. These are the 2024-2026 in color shimmer gems. And I think I'm going to use the Shy Shamrock gems. Let's see if I can grab one of those. Let's do this. And a smaller one here. And another smaller one right here. There we go. Super cute. I love it. Now let's just set this aside. We'll put that on near the end. All right, this has had a minute to dry. So let's go back to this. Now we are going to use some tear tape. And I'm going to put it right here on this small panel, right up against that score line. And I want to go all the way to the end here. And I like to tear this on the edge of my metal ruler because that makes a really nice crisp tear. All right, let's press this down and peel the backing off. And now I'm take this and I'm going to fold this down, and actually I'm going to burnish it again just to make sure that it wants to fold, because now we've got this double thickness of paper right up here at the top. So let's do that. Now we know it's going to come together really nicely. All right, so that goes there. And then this, I'm going to fold right over on top of that tear tape. Let me reposition it there. You have the top and the bottom working at the same time. Here we go. Let's try that again. I can do better than that. Here we go. Okay, y'all. Those dogs barking has thrown me off my game. Okay. So again, now I'm going to just re-burnish this so it lays flat. There we go. All right, now I'm going to do this and burnish this. All right, so you just want to make sure that it's going to go together easily. It's going to fit in a square easily like this. All right, there we go. And it looks like when I folded that over, I did not line it up quite right. So I'm sticking, can you see this? I'm sticking out just a little bit. So, you know what? Let's take some scissors and clean that up just a little bit. Actually, I need my small paper snips. Oh my goodness. This was supposed to be an easy video. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Okay. So let me, kind of stuck here. There we go. So I'm just going to trim a little bit of this off. So if your dogs aren't barking and interrupting you, then I'm sure yours is going to fit together just perfectly, and you're not going to have to do this little surgery that I'm attempting right now. So, all right. So we've got rid of a little bit of that, so it'll line up a little bit better. That's better. All right, now let's put the bottom together. I do like to put the seam in the back, so I'm just gonna say this is the back. So first, I'm gonna put the sides in, and I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of glue right here. And again, a tiny little bit of glue right here. All right, and I want this last flap to be pointing toward what I have decided is going to be the back. And let me show you. This is not going to go quite all the way to the edge, all right? That's fine. Don't worry about it. That's how it's meant to go together, all right? And I am just going to take my bone folder and kind of press down in there just to make sure everything adheres well. And you could use tear tape on that as well. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. Now here's the magical part of this. I'm going to take my index finger and put right here at the bottom of this turned over piece. I'm going to hold the back with my middle finger and the front with my thumb. Okay, so like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. All right, the back, the front, and then right at that seam. And I'm going to squeeze together my thumbs and middle fingers and push in gently with my index finger. There we go. And you see how that's coming together? So I don't want to put a crease right here because I think it makes the bag cuter to have this dimension on the top like that. So I'm just squeezing on the edges here, and then it wants to stay together. Amazing. Isn't that amazing? Now, I did not design I did not design this. I'd like to say that I did, but there's a UK demonstrator named Sam, and she did this some time ago, but I've held on to the idea and decided now was the right time. Now is when I want to do it. Okay, so because it wants to stay together, it makes it really easy to tie some ribbon around it. So I'm going to use this Shy Shamrock ribbon. Again, that's one of the end colors. And let's tie it. Whoops, there we go. Like this. And if you want to, if you feel like it's not staying together, staying closed enough for you, you can always put a paper clip or use some reverse tweezers or something like that to hold it firmly closed if you feel like you need that. There we are. Oh, it's so cute. So now I'm going to hold that knot and shorten those just a little bit. How cute. Okay. I'm gonna leave these really long for now because I didn't put anything in my bag. There's nothing in it. So later I will want to take this off. I'll want to untie it, put something in here and tie it back. So I'm going to leave those kind of long right now so I have some room to work with to retie that. This is just going to go on with some dimensionals. All right. And I am going to show you the other bag in just a minute. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's put that right here. There we are. So go grab a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper, one that you like, the front and back side, and make one of these bags. Look how cute. It's adorable. Just adorable. All right, let me show you this other one. Here we go. Love this paper too. And look at the back side, that beautiful, gorgeous grape color. But there are two examples for you. I hope that you will make at least one of these bags, maybe more. And remember to look down in the description below this video. There are links there for you. A link to the project with also a shopping list so you know what I used today. And I will also link those two bundles that I showed you today if that's something you feel like you just have to have and you want to get it while it's an additional 10% off. I will put links in the description for those as well. All right, thank you so much for stopping by today. Apologize for the dogs. So sorry about that. But we got it done. We got it done. All right, I will see you again very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.